care. Hey, if the government can run the Veterans Administration, if they can run Medicare and Medicaid, we know what a lousy job they've done with that. They run Social Security, and it's about broke, and they want to run health care. What's going on? You're right. And then the worst of them. Remember I said 22? 3 days ago I found a source, and it gave me the names and the departments that they hold of the 22 czars. C-Z-A-R-S. What the hell is this, Russia? No. And I understand now it's up to 28. It's a complete bypass of the check and balance system. They don't have to answer to anybody but President Pantywaist. The Supreme Court and Congress ought to be standing on their heads. But with people like Ted Kennedy, the best swimmer in America, heading up health care, what do we expect out of Congress? 46 years ago, John F. Kennedy was elected president. And everybody, most everybody I should say, knows the words that have resonated ever since. Ask not what you can do for your country, or what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And those words never held truer than they do right now. We need to take responsibility. That's one thing we can do for our country. And we need to take action. And how do we do that? I came up with 5 simple steps. Wake up, hook up, learn up, speak up, act up. This country was founded, we're celebrating an event today that started 233 years ago. History has shown repeatedly that all republics, and yes, we are a republic, have died right around the 200-year mark. Are we going to let this happen? No! Then we need to be like junkyard dogs, not just Randy Jackson dogs. What do I mean by that? Can we take 10 minutes a day to go wake a neighbor up that ain't quite awake? To wake a youth up that's not quite awake? And I'm so happy to see some youths out here today. Can we spend part of that 10 minutes a day hooking up with somebody over a cup of coffee, somebody at the beauty shop, somebody at the gas station where we're filling our car, you name it, in the bar having a beer, but say something and try to hook up with something. And while you're there, why not? Why rely on groups that are already made? Make your own groups. They don't have to be big. They can be little neighborhood groups, 5, 10 people. I guarantee you, they'll grow. It's a grassroots movement. They'll grow. We need to learn up. Don't sit on your laurels just waiting for somebody else to pronounce things. Look them up on the internet. The mainstream media isn't going to help us very much. Guarantee that. They got a slant. Thank you, Pelosi. They got a slant. Look it up on the internet. Speak up. It's not hard. You hear somebody say something, you're out and about, you hear somebody crabbing about the tax, crabbing about health care or something, get your 2 cents in there. There's the door. He just opened it for you. And last but not least, act up. Act up, get involved. So like junkyard dogs, will you wake up? Will you hook up? Will you learn up? Will you speak up? Will you act up? Thank you. Lastly, there's more events coming. By acting up, by being involved, you're going to get the emails, or if you don't, you should, and you should be sending some out. We're going to get the panic calls. We're going to get the red alerts. We're going to get the urgents. Got one coming up with cap and trade. Coming up pretty quick. It just passed in the House. The Senate vacation's over on the 6th. It's going to be in the Senate. We need to beat that. Health care's coming up on its heels. They're ramming it down our throats. Then get involved with other events. I got a flyer up here on the table. Liberty Trail 9/12. A lot of people want it. There's a huge one in Washington on 9/12. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's a collaboration of conservative groups that are converging on Washington, and it's going to be a big one. Wouldn't doubt it at all if there weren't 1 million people show up for it. But there's a lot of people, because of the economy, that can't. So we put one together for out here west of here on Randall Road, go all the way from Crystal Lake to Aurora. Go form yourself a little group. Call it Aunt Mary's Coffee Clutch or whatever you want to call it. And then come join us. You know, it's to get the word out to the public that we mean business, that we're here for real, that we're here to stay, and that the grass isn't growing to die. Thank you.